Good day, everyone. Welcome to our episode of DepEd Teleturuan. I am Samuel B. Padre, your teacher for today, and I will help you understand another mathematical concept in easy and fun way. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to add and subtract simple fractions and mix numbers without or with regrouping and solve routine and non-routine problem involving addition and or subtraction of fractions using appropriate problem-solving strategies and tools. Are you ready? Let us begin with a simple game. I'm going to show you some fraction diagrams and you will give their equivalent fraction. Let's begin. Let's start with number 1. The answer is 1/2. Number 2, 3/5 is correct. For number 3, very good, 2/10 is correct. And for number 4, the answer is 4/12. And for number 5, 1 and 2/3 is correct. It's so easy for us to tell the equivalent fraction because we can see how many parts of the whole there are and how many parts make a whole. The part which tells us how many parts you have is called numerator, and that is the upper number of a fraction. It's so easy for us to tell the equivalent fraction because we can see how many parts of a whole there are and how many parts make a whole. And that is the upper number of a fraction, while the bottom number or the denominator tells us how many parts your whole is broken into. In some cases, we have whole number and fraction together, and we call them mixed number or mixed fraction. Today, we are going to learn how to add or subtract fractions and mixed number. Let's have this problem. Jazel and Liam are painting a large rectangle. Jazel painted 1/5 of a large rectangle blue and 2/5 yellow, while Liam painted 1 and 1/5 green of another large rectangle. What part of the rectangle did they end up painting together? Let us analyze first the problem. What is asked in the problem? What part of the rectangle did they end up painting together? What are the given? 1/5 of the rectangle painted blue, 2/5 of the rectangle painted yellow, and 1 and 1/5 of the rectangle painted green. Now, what is the operation to be used? The operation to be used is addition. What is the number sentence for this problem? The number sentence is 1/5 plus 2/5 plus 1 and 1/5. Let's picture the problem. As we can see, each large rectangles are broken into 5 parts, which represent the denominator, and the parts that are painted represent the numerators. Now let's add 1/5 plus 2/5 plus 1 and 1/5. We can also observe that the bottom numbers are alike. These are like fractions or similar fraction. In this case, we can simply add the numerators, then just copy the denominator. Let's get it done. Let's try grouping them. Now, we have 1/5 plus 2/5 plus 1 and 1/5. So, 1/5 plus 2/5 is equal to 3/5. In this case, we can read 1 and 1/5 as 1 plus 1/5. Therefore, we can read it as 1 plus 1/5 plus 3/5. Again, we can simply add the numerators and the denominators since they are similar. So, 1/5 plus 3/5 is equal to 4/5. The final answer is 1 and 4/5. Good job! Let's have another problem. Ria has 2 and 3/6 of cardboard and she wants to use 1/6 of it to make a postcard. How much cardboard will remain unused? Again, in problem solving, we need to analyze it first. What is asked in the problem? How much cardboard will remain unused? How about the given? 2 and 3/6 cardboard and 1/6 cardboard for making a postcard. What is the operation to be used? The operation to be used is subtraction. How about the number sentence? The number sentence is 2 and 3/6 minus 1/6 equals n. Let's solve it. 2 and 3/6 minus 1/6 is equal to n. Let's group the fraction first. Since 2 is a whole number, we can read it as 2 plus 3/6 minus 1/6 is equal to n. Just like in addition, If the denominators are alike or similar, we can simply proceed to the operation. So 36 minus 16 is equal to 26. So the answer is 2 and 26. Another thing to remember is to always simplify the answer in its lowest term. Since 2 and 6 are divisible by 2, 26 is equivalent to 1/3. Our final answer is 2 and 1/3 of the cardboard will remain unused. Now let's practice adding and subtracting fractions and mixed numbers that are similar in denominator. Add the following. Number 1, 4/8 plus 3/8 is equal to 7/8. Number 2, 3/12 plus 4 and 1/12. The answer is 4 and 4/12 or 4 and 1/3. Number 3, 1 and 1 over 7 plus 3 and 4 over 7. Correct. The answer is 4 and 5 over 7. How about subtracting the following? Number 1, 4/10 minus 3/10 is equal to 1/10. Correct. Number 2, 2 and 7 over 20 minus 5 over 20. The answer is 2 and 2 over 20 or 2 and 1/10. For number 3, 3 and 5 over 15 minus 3 over 15. The answer is 3 and 2 over 15. It's so easy, right? Good job! In some cases, the bottom numbers are not alike. We call those fractions as dissimilar fractions. Example, we have 1/2 plus 2/5. If they are similar in denominator, we can simply add them. But since they are not similar, there are things that we need to understand and remember. First, we have to find the LCD or the least common denominator. It is important because dissimilar fractions, as we picture by observing their bottom numbers, are not broken into equal parts. So, to make them alike or similar, we have to find a lowest common denominator. What do you think is the common denominator of 1/2 and 2/5? 10. That's correct. Now, the denominators are similar. How about the numerator or the upper number? We simply divide the LCD using the original denominator, then we multiply the answer to the numerator of the fraction. Let's try 1/2. The denominator is 2. We divide 10 by 2 and the answer is 5. Then we multiply the quotient to the numerator, which is 1. 5 times 1 is equal to 5. So, our new numerator is 5. Now, 1/2 is equivalent to 4/10. Now we add 5/10 plus 4/10. Add the numerators. That is 9. And since the denominators are similar, we simply copy them. So the answer is 9/10. Let's have another example. 9 over 24 minus 4 over 15. First, find the LCD. What do you think is the LCD? Correct, 120. Let's find the equivalent fraction of 9 over 24. 120 divided by 24 is 5. 5 times 9 is 45. So it will be 45 over 120. Now let's have 4 over 15. 120 divided by 15 is 8. 8 times 4 is 32. So it is 32 over 120. The equivalent of 9 over 24 minus 4 over 15 is 45 over 120 minus 32 over 120. Now let's subtract the numerators. 45 minus 32 is 13. So our final answer is 13 over 120. Would you like to practice more? Come on! Add or subtract the following fractions. Number 1, 6 over 14 plus 3 over 14 is equal to 9 over 14. Good job! For number 2, 4 over 12 minus 3 over 12. The answer is 1 over 12. For number 3, 5 and 1/8 plus 4 and 3/8. The answer is 9 over 4/8 or 9.5. Number 4, 3 and 4 over 17 minus 2 over 17. Correct. The answer is 2 over 17. For number 5, 3/4 plus 2 over 7 is equal to 29 over 28, or 1 and 1/28. Very good! You are approaching the mastery. It is so easy to add and subtract fractions and mix numbers. Just remember the following steps. Number 1, add or subtract the numerator. Number 2, write the sum or difference over the common denominator. For number 3, add or subtract or just copy the whole number. And lastly, simplify or write the answer in lowest term if necessary. But if the case is addition and subtraction of dissimilar fractions, we have things to remember. Number 1, determine the least common denominator or the LCD. Number 2, get the equivalent fractions using this denominator. Number 3, add or subtract numerators. Then write the sum or difference over the common denominator. And for number 4, simplify or write the answer in common terms if possible. I know that you are ready for a quiz. Be confident and use what you have learned. For our part 1, let's solve the problem. Number 1. Aling Marisa bought 2/5 meter of yellow cloth, 1/3 meter of blue cloth, and 2/6 meter of red cloth to make a dress for her daughter. What is the total length of cloth that Aling Marisa bought? For our part 2, add or subtract the following. 12 over 45 plus 7 over 45. 19 over 30 minus 13 over 30. 2 and 1/6 plus 4 and 2/6. 2 and 7 over 11 minus 4 over 11. You did a very well job. I hope you enjoyed our today's lesson. This is Sir Sam, waving goodbye, but hoping to see you again till next time.